Today we're here in my office. It's a little bit past 6 o'clock, and I've been getting a lot of calls today regarding, never mind, because Andrew's gonna walk away. Another one. Welcome, Amanda, to my video.
Hey! How you doing?
Oh my God, I just spilled it. What is it open?
Just spilled it.
No, it's
Oh
open.
my God, it is open.
What is it? Don't worry about it. You don't have to clean it. I would have cleaned it for you.
Oh, it's okay.
What do I mean with yellow? Here's the premise.
Alright, thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Michael Gomes with the Michelle Pies Group of Signature Realty. Today is Friday. It's a little bit past 6 o'clock, and we're going to be in this office for quite some time. We're at 120 Morris Avenue in Springfield. So the topic for today is buyers who are not quite ready yet, who want to start doing some prepping so that when they are purchasing a property, they're well-informed, well-educated, and more importantly, they have a great team with them. And when I say great team, I mean a great real estate agent, a great loan officer, a great attorney, and an absolutely phenomenal home inspector. So let's walk over really quick in my office. So getting pre-approved is probably the most important process, and it's the first thing you should be doing because it tells you how much buying power you're gonna have. It's important to know that direction so you understand what mortgage payment you're gonna be in, right? And what's the price point you're gonna be in as well, because price point, for the most part, will dictate what area you're gonna be in. The next most important thing is selecting a real estate agent. If you're a buyer, it makes sense for you to start vetting buyer's agents. Let's get something straight here. Buyers and sellers have different needs and different wants. Work with an agent that's familiar with working with buyers because he or she knows how to walk them through the process. See, when you're working with buyers, and I'm speaking from experience, I've been a real estate agent for over 10 years. So working with buyers, I've noticed and I've come to the realization that most buyers are not very familiar with the home buying process, so it requires a little bit more attention, and that's what they need because you have to make sure as a real estate agent that they understand the process from A to Z. As far as working with sellers, it's a little bit of a different approach. Once you're done vetting a real estate agent that you like, that you feel provides you with a tremendous amount of value, and that's what you want. You want a real estate agent that's had tons of experience. And experience doesn't come with years in the business. Experience comes with transactions. Find out how many transactions they've done, whether they're solo or they're working with a team. Find out if that agent actually owns their home. You want to work with an agent that understands, the construction side of the home buying process. And when I say construction side, somebody who can walk into a property with you. Sorry guys, I had to take a quick call. I was actually a buyer, first-time home buyer that's looking to purchase a property. And back to what I was talking about as far as attention, buyers need a lot of attention. They have a lot of questions. So it's very important to work with a real estate agent who is able to provide you with a tremendous amount of questions, or rather answers to your questions, and who can provide you with a tremendous amount of value, because that's what it is. At the end of the day, we're not real estate agents. We are educators, and that's who you need to work with. You need to work with somebody who's going to educate you in the process, and someone who has an enormous amount of knowledge. And as I mentioned before, you want to work with a real estate agent that has some sort of construction background. When I walk into a property, I know what's wrong with it. I'm not a home inspector, but I've owned several properties, and I know what's wrong with properties, whether or not it's an easy fix or if it's something that you should stay away with. And that's what you want to do. You want to work with an agent who can provide you with that sort of value. I can tell the difference between outlets that are not grounded and outlets that are grounded. And that took a lot of years of experience because of the amount of transactions I've done in the past 10 years, as well as properties that I've bought and sold myself. So once you've selected a real estate agent that you feel is the perfect fit for you, what you want to do is start vetting a real estate attorney and also a home inspector. And I get this question all the time. Do I need a real estate agent? I don't want to pay $1,200 for a real estate agent. Yes, you do. I'm sorry, not a real estate agent. I'm sorry, my apologies. An attorney. Do I need a real estate attorney? Yes, you do need a real estate attorney. Those $1,200, and I'm not saying every attorney is going to cost you $1,200. I mean, it varies from $800 to $1,500. But that money that you pay to an attorney is going to give you a lot of peace of mind at the end of the transaction, knowing that someone is on your side that's going to obviously make sure that you're protected at all times. I've seen a lot of bad attorneys in my career, and I want to make sure that you link up with one that's going to always have your best interest, that is always going to protect you, and that's very, very important. And if you don't want to vet the real estate attorney, what you should do is contact your real estate agent, who now you have a rapport with, who you feel comfortable working with, and ask them, hey Mike, who do you recommend? I work with several attorneys, and I'll give you the names of 2 or 3, and I'll tell them, I'm going to tell them why I work with these 2 and 3 professionals, and I'm going to leave it up to you to just give them a call, find out what their fees are, and see who you have a better connection with. But whatever attorney that you pick that I have recommended, I assure you that you're going to be in great hands. And now another question that I get asked a lot of times, and I don't know why, but do I need a home inspector? Absolutely. Your home inspector plays a huge role in the home buying process. And you want to make sure you have a home inspector already selected before you even decide to buy a home. Someone that you feel comfortable with, someone who's going to explain the entire process of what he or she does. A home inspection, a typical home inspection, can take up to 3 hours. They're going to look for structural issues, electrical issues, issues with your roof, issues with your plumbing, whether or not you're getting water in your basement. They're going to give you a thorough analysis of your home so you understand what you're buying. And I would never sell a home to someone without a home inspector. They're going to do a radon inspection, and another inspection that's very important that some home inspectors do provide, others don't, is an oil tank inspection. You want to make sure, especially in New Jersey, that there isn't an underground storage unit. You probably have heard the term UST a lot, and that is an acronym for underground storage tank. It's a big issue if there is one there that is actually leaking. It could cost anywhere between $5,000 to over $100,000 in remediation. So you want to make sure that you get an oil tank sweep and that the house is free of any USTs. So if you guys have any questions, give me a call at 201-757-4760. I'd be delighted to working with you and to answering all of your questions. Thank you.